Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka I'm a Ghostbuster, and today I'm going to be reviewing Krut, the Mythic Wings on Xbox. Now, this was released onto the store on the 12th of July 2022, developed by RSU Horizon, Good Job Multimedia and Pixel Perfects, and it's published by Blowfish Studios. Now, this is described as a fast-paced hack-and-slash side-scrolling platformer based on a 2018 Thai CG animated feature film called Krut, the Himmaphan Warriors, which is basically Southeast Asian mythology about the adventures of a Garuda warrior on the enchanted island. So, like I say, it's a cool little game. It feels very indie, but like I say, it is only priced at £5.99. So at that price, I think you're getting a good deal with it in that aspect. So basically, you play as this warrior, and you have to work your way through 6 different stages to basically collect these powers from all of the different areas to like power this artifact and basically defeat this enemy that has obviously taken over their land and brought destruction and murder and everything to them. So you set off, and there's a lot of hand sort of drawn cutscenes, which is nice, with dialogue back and forth explaining what's going on, the past, the present, etc. And you get into game, there's a quick tutorial, and then you're straight in to the game. Now, the game does feature some really nice sort of 3D graphics. I liked the sort of character designs. I like the variety of enemies there are as well. So you basically work your way through these stages. Midway through, there's a mid-level boss, and you work your way further on and eventually fight the final boss, basically. And then once you beat that boss, you move on to the next level. Now, combat is pretty straightforward. You've got like a normal attack, heavy attack, you've got a dodge or sort of dash, and you've got your jump. And when you fill your meter up, you can push both the bumper buttons to do like a sort of super attack. You get like full powered, and you're just sort of blasting them from all over the place, which is really useful against bosses. Now, the combat is a little slow when you get going, when you first start, because you're not super strong. And like you say, you're only sort of fighting animals and sort of things in the first sort of stage and a half, 2 stages. And I thought, like, why is it taking so many hits to kill a fly, basically? It does feel a bit difficult. There's 3 difficulty settings as well, so you can go easy, normal, or hard, depending on how hardcore you want to be. But once you get used to the combat, and you get used to the sort of combo mechanics and the sort of dodge and roll, it does sort of speed up a little bit, and sort of gets a bit more fun, basically, as well. Now, one thing I didn't like about this game is there are checkpoints in the levels, which is great. However, you get points for killing enemies and stuff like that, and opening chests. Once you gather these, you can use them at these checkpoints to upgrade your character. But first, you have to spend 1,000 of them just to unlock the checkpoint, which I think is a bit harsh. It's a checkpoint; you shouldn't have to buy the checkpoint. So, like, depending on how you play, if you don't fight all the enemies, because I was dodging a lot of the enemies when I didn't have much health, because apart from odd health pickups, health is quite sparse. And I was just sort of running through to the bosses, basically. And when you get to these checkpoints, they're like 1,000. So by the time you've unlocked the checkpoint, I didn't have that much to spend on upgrades to begin with, which was really annoying. Now, the upgrades are good. Like I say, you can get extra lives, improved health, etc. Improved combo, so you can do extra attacks. And then, like I say, at the end of each of the stages, there are these boss fights, as well as in the sort of mid-stage. And they include sort of really cool, sort of classical side-scrolling, sort of arcadey boss fights, where you're sort of attacking them, dodging their attacks, and they've got sort of attack patterns and stuff like that. But all of the bosses had really cool sort of variety. So you're looking at one right now, which is like this serpent, and then one of them later on is like a elephant, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's a cool sort of variety to the enemies and the bosses, and they've done a fantastic job with it. Like I say. Now, the game is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, supports smart delivery, and it's optimized for Xbox Series X and S with 60 FPS as well, according to the Microsoft Store. And like I say, it's priced at $5.99, so you can't really go wrong with it. Is it the best side-scrolling action game? No, it's not. But like I say, for a budget game by an indie team, I thought it was really cool. And obviously, there are achievements in there as well. The majority of them are just for finishing all the stages, beat the stages, mini bosses, etc. Then there is one for each difficulty, completing the game on each difficulty level, and then one just for finishing the game as well. So there's no sort of hidden achievements. Just by playing through on the 3 difficulties, you will unlock all the achievements super easily as well. But like I say, it's a bit of a slow start. You sort of plod quite a bit at the beginning, and it takes a little while to kill the enemies. But as you progress, you get stronger, you get more skills and stuff. It does ramp up. All I would say is I would have liked to have maybe had more checkpoints and not have to pay so much for them, because you end up not having that much left to spend on your upgrades unless you literally kill every enemy, and sometimes it's just not feasible, because odd times I found anyway, it might have just been my how I play, but the enemies would hit me no matter what. I wasn't able to dodge some of them, and sometimes I would go to make a jump and it wouldn't seem to jump where it should have done, and I've just fallen, and then you lose a bit of health. And obviously trying to conserve that health isn't ideal if you fight every single enemy in a level. But then that overall an enjoyable game. Like I say, definitely recommend it for the price of $5.99. So check it out. It's available right now on the Xbox Store. But that's that for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.